In the wild, there are animals that get used for granted, as in the killer whales, as they are majestic creatures that live along the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean, and they swim happily along. In many other cases, some killer whales are brought to so-called research facilities such as SeaWorld across the United States, usually San Antonio, or Orlando. The killer whales are also called orcas, as I was trying to say before. But in most cases, some killer whales are taken away from family, as in this case, the baby killer whale is taken away by the people that work for SeaWorld, and they take them away and they never get to see their parents ever again. This is one danger to the killer whale. They might say that SeaWorld is helping the killer whales by making them live longer. But in the case of 2017 of August, a killer whale died in San Antonio in SeaWorld. It was dramatic and sad. There is a problem with killer whales living in the wild, as in most cases, some killer whales have to adapt to the new conditions they live in SeaWorld. Some make it and they make it a long time in SeaWorld, but other times, some don't make it and they die. But what SeaWorld does, for instance, they get animals from the wild and protecting what they call protection by keeping them in a cage. Now that doesn't sound like protection. That sounds like animal cruelty. And sure, they breed them, which causes more killer whale. But why would you want to get paired up with someone you never met them before, and just out of nowhere, boom, they're there, and now you're fucking them. See, that doesn't sound like a real relationship. SeaWorld is messed up, and they need to stop now, cause that's not right. That's kind of weird. And they breed, and the whole cycle continues, except now they have a new killer whale. And they say, oh, but we released them into the wild. But not in SeaWorld. They get used for enjoyment. All they do is flap around, jump in the air, going like, wee. Oh no, you're in the splash show, so now you get soaked with water. Art. Now, see, now that doesn't sound cool. It's forced into child labor, but instead of child labor, it's animal labor, so it's animal cruelty again. And yeah, it's crazy. Killer whales are not actual killer whales; they're just whales that are called orcas. Their proper name is orcas. They're called killer whales because they kind of kill dolphins, and they kill dolphins. They have teeth, but mine doesn't. This killer whales don't like to show the teeth unless they're eating other animals. Because this is this thing kills. It eats prey for a living, and if you teach it to feed it from a bucket, how is it gonna learn to survive if you ever put it out in the wild? It's not gonna learn. It's gonna die in 5 seconds because it doesn't know how to eat or catch food. So SeaWorld is endangering animals as we know it. So they need to stop. I hope. Yeah, this has been a documentary from Beastboy JX, and I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget, killer whales are the future of the killer whales.